Hi everybody, Wynn Brown here with our bi-weekly CEO update. My co-host today is Rhonda Zipkowski from Heywood Medical Group joining me. I think she's got a bunch of questions and hopefully there are things that are on top of your mind that we can answer and give everybody the information they need to do their work. So welcome. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing over at Heywood Medical Group? I know your role has evolved and changed over time and you're working on an exciting project for us.
So,
program, I should say.
Yes, so I've been here for just over 4 years, and the director of practice development for the medical group. So I support bringing on new physicians, getting them in the community, building up their referral bases, and new service lines as well. So working on new service lines and bringing them in for both Heywood and Apple.
And one of the big things that you're working on is growing our occupational medicine business.
Yep, so I've been working on growing our occupational medicine client base. About a year ago, we decided to take on outside clients. So we have about 45 clients now in our occ health practice. So it's growing in the community, and we take care of our employees as well. So if you come to work and you're not feeling well, you can also go to occ health to get treatment. So you don't have to leave to go to urgent care or your primary care doctor.
And so the companies that we're dealing with stretch from where to where?
Goodness.
And how big to small? Tell us about.
So we have some that are small, just a couple of, a handful of employees, and some that are really large. We have Seaman Paper, we have Starrett, we have the City of Gardner, so the whole City of Gardner, from their DPW to the police, the fire, the lifeguards, the teachers, all the city workers.
Okay. So a lot of people being taken care of. And on the weekends, can they use our urgent care if they need to as well, or after hours?
Absolutely, urgent care or the ER.
Okay, so we're set up to take care of them 24/7, manage
Absolutely.
their injuries and get everybody back to work.
Yeah. So we do their pre-employment physicals, DOT testing. We do DOT testing as well, drug screens, any post-accident support that they need.
So it's pretty involved.
Yes. And
Well,
it's growing.
It's growing,
Yes.
yeah. So what's your goal for this year, at the end of this year?
My goal at the end of this year is 50, so I'm very, very close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'm confident you're gonna do it.
I
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
It's a great program for us.
Yes.
It's
I
a
like
nice,
it.
it's a nice niche business for us that builds off of everything we already have in place. So.
Yes. And we're here, Kate Agrafiotis, the physician assistant that works in occ health, is here on campus 5 days a week. And Tuesday and Thursday she goes to Athol, so she's there to support that community and those employees as well.
Okay, great. Well, what do you want to talk about today? So you have a list of questions, so I didn't get a chance to fully see, so maybe you'll surprise me with something.
Can you give us an update on Athol and the construction and the new building and what's next?
What's next at Athol? So, we opened the new building, but we're not completely done. So we have been abating the asbestos in the roof of the old medical office building, and I think that is largely done, and I think within the week that building will come down. So that will then open up the circulation behind that building, because right now you can't drive around it because of all the heavy equipment, and that will become parking for patients, so it'll be great access, and that'll be one last piece of the project done. And then we are right now gutting out the old ER and doing some asbestos abatement in there as well to prepare that to become the new radiology imaging department. And so the current, things change, doesn't always perfect on timing, but the end of October is the current target to have all of that work done. And then once we do that and we move imaging, we've had one meeting recently to talk about what are we going to do with the space that's left behind, basically on the lower level there, and who's going to move where, and so we've been working on that as well. And then the other project that's happening internally right now is the nursing station on the second floor. We need to install those new Mitsubishi air handlers in the ceiling because they have an old wall-mounted unit. That needs to come out, and then we're working on the walls and cleaning that whole area up so that the nursing station has a nice contemporary look. And so we're just working our way to try to get that done. And then there's a bunch of other small little things happening. But Athol's up and running, and as we head into the fall, it will really look great.
I drove past there to go to a meeting on Monday, and it was hopping.
Yeah.
There was a lot of traffic, there was a lot of
Parking lots are
which is
pretty full.
great.
That's why we really need to get them extra parking behind the facility, because honestly, it's kind of like Heywood now, it's tight. And I remember the days when we would go to Athol and you could park anywhere you wanted. It's not that way anymore.
Yeah.
It's a very busy campus. And with CSO on the top floor of the medical office building, you know, they take that whole lower lot. I mean, they have 12,000 square feet of behavioral health. So it's a booming place right now, and I hear great feedback from everybody who really likes.
Yeah, they like it a lot.
Yeah.
So the ER's up and
Running. I was down there the other day. Actually, we had two of our major donors who actually hadn't been in the building because they actually don't live in the community, but they grew up there, and it was fun to bring them through, and they were just amazed to see what
It's a
happened.
beautiful building.
And the ER was busy, but it was you know, it was calm. I think everybody knew it was all in good hands.
That's great.
Yeah.
So can you tell me about, I'm hearing rumors about summer barbecues?
Yes, so we have two summer barbecues coming up. We have one at Athol, I think it's August 20th.
28th?
Maybe it's the 28th. And then the following day is one at Heywood here. So we do have two summer barbecues coming up. And then I know that there's plans to make sure that the satellite facilities get a little bit of get to eat as
So
well.
will that be set up outside, inside?
So on the Heywood campus, it's where it's usually going to be, which is down behind my office down here when we have a tent coming. And I think, Mike, we have a new little picnic area off the parking lot, and I think that's where Mike Costello is going to set it up, but I'm not 100% sure. But if I think about everything on campus right now, it's probably the only place you could put it.
True,
Yeah.
true. That'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
That'll be great to bring something like that back to the employees in both
Yeah, I
locations.
think it's a good way to celebrate. I don't want to say it, but the end of summer.
Yeah, let's not say that.
Okay.
That means everyone's going back to school. What's the status on heart training?
Heart training, so we are approaching, I think, 1,100 staff who have been through heart training of our 1,400 or so employees, and then there are physicians that are doing it, and advanced practice providers that are doing the training as well. And I don't have that exact number, but we are definitely on track, doing well. We are going to do two things. We're going to be shortly going down to one training a week, but also on weeks that we have orientation, we're going to do a day and a half of orientation, and people can also go with new staff to the orientation heart training as well for that 3-hour block. So we're doing very well on that. I'm very excited,
Yeah.
and we're just starting to talk about kicking off the ongoing education with heart chats.
Yeah.
So
It's a great program.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good feedback and buzz about it.
yeah, I have too, and you can actually feel it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
You can.
feel
I
the
really
difference in
enjoy
interaction.
walking, through the hallways and having people actually look at you and say good morning
Yeah.
or hello.
Consistently.
You can
Yeah.
feel the change, which is great. Do you have any facility updates?
Facility updates on this campus, what I can tell you is we're continuing our renovation of the OB unit. So that is going on. Paint is going on. There are new beds just waiting to go in, and we have some cabinetry work that needs to be done. So we've been chipping away at that. We are doing some work down in Central Sterile. We just put some new ventilation in there. We're working on a new AC unit as well, because we have a new washer coming, which
That's
is,
good.
it's not just your typical washing machine. It's like a real, it's important. So we're working on that. I know that we're trying to get ready to go into OB, the women's health, to
Yes.
get that project done. And
Yes,
so
we're excited for that.
that's in the queue. And then Frank's team is just sort of everywhere trying to get a lot of things buttoned up, because we have, as I always say, we have an insatiable demand to renovate and upgrade, and there's a lot of just smaller projects that need to get ticked off and done off the list.
Nothing new with parking.
Parking, well, actually, I was working on parking today, so it's interesting you should ask. So we actually have finished a parking study done by Walker Consulting, which I don't know if we've talked about it before in this venue, but that is done. We've reviewed it, and I was actually just talking with the mayor today of Gardner, Mark Hawk, to talk about the timing of when we would bring a comprehensive plan to the city. And probably going to do that. We're going to probably have to wait till January. We're in an election year, and so I don't know how with everything going on around that, how that would go through, and with everything else that's going on.
Sure.
So But we're also taking a look at all our options of what we could do on this campus.
Right.
So we're working on it for Heywood, definitely.
As we know, winter's coming, so
I know.
we'll get to
And
it.
actually, we were talking about snowplow contracts today as well, so winter must be coming.
Yes, yes, that's great. Let's see, what else?
Oh, I'm missing a big facility piece. So we are preparing, Franklin's team will be involved, but we are preparing to undertake a major study of our infrastructure here, our heating, our electricity, water, everything, in preparation for a major, which would take about 18, I think, overall maybe up to about 2 years of major replacement of our infrastructure here, which, you know, we've got old HVAC system, we've got all sorts of things, and everything is different ages and stages, and we're gonna do a complete makeover from behind the curtain, which will make the whole organization run better.
Right, it's needed.
Oh, much
For
needed.
sure, for sure. What about new physicians?
So we have, I think we talked a little bit about it in the past, but we do have some new physicians joining us. We have Dr. Hook in rheumatology, who will be joining us the end of September. And then we have Dr. Mahan, infectious disease, 3 days a week starting in October. We have Dr. Sweta Desai, pulmonology, joining Dr. Wallach, actually a former partner of his.
Yes, that's
She's
exciting.
fantastic. I've known her for years, and I'm so excited that she's here. She'll be coming right at the turn of the year, probably right in January. And then we have our new bariatric surgery group, and we're performing bariatric surgeries. We've got a queue of patients teed up. Dr. Shore has had 2 surgical days here, and so that program is doing very well again as well.
Yeah, I've met them all, and they're a great team. All four, there's 4 of them,
Right.
one of them's general.
Right.
They're a great team.
Yeah. No, they are.
I
They're
like
very
them
good. They're a
a
very
lot,
good
yeah,
team.
yeah.
I also
I
forgot Dr. Ankowitz is coming for
Yes.
GI, and he'll be here in November, I believe.
Yes, yeah.
So we've got some nice locums in place.
Yes.
We have the GI locums and general surgery locums, both who have had rave reviews from the OR staff, and so if you pass their muster, you know they're going to be good.
Yeah, we have a great team. I think there are a lot of good things that are happening.
No, I think so. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think I have any other questions.
Okay. Well, thank
Do
you.
you have any?
I don't have any for you, no, not today, but I do appreciate you
Thank you.
coming and talking with me and letting everybody know about occupational medicine, which is an important service line that we're growing, and you're doing a fantastic
Thank you.
job, and it's awesome to partner with you at Heywood.
I hope next year we can expand even more.
100, I feel 100 is your number.
I'm trying to reach into Ringe.
Mhm.
I'm trying to see if we can use our Ringe facility
Mhm.
for that, and I'm in talks with a few other people that would be exciting.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoy this session. Take care. Have a good day, time-wise.